Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Wow, it seems like a very long time since I last said that. Okay, so I took a little break from YouTube. Don't know if you've noticed. So where have I been? Nothing much, just doing the same thing, but I thought that I needed a break because if I don't take care of myself, I cannot be here for you. You get what I mean? And also, if you follow me on Instagram, I update on my IG stories very intimately with you guys. I'm also dealing with some family problems here and there. Yeah, but problems always exist in life, so I thought I needed a break. Okay, so I took a small break and I'm back, and today I thought I will kind of like start off with a video that you and I both love. I love to make it, you love to watch it, so we are going to continue our TMI part. I think this is episode 4. Okay, so this is the list of questions that you guys have submitted. Let's take a look at some of them. Okay, first question: how do you know if a guy really likes you or he treats you as a FWB? Now, if you don't know what FWB is, it's basically friends with benefit. It's like a special friend that adults have. Okay, if you're very young or you have no experience with that, let me try to explain it to you. How do I put this across in a very PG way? Let me think. Okay, basically it's a special friend where you have sexual relationship with, but there are no feelings involved. Okay, so how do you know if a guy really likes you or he treats you as a special friend only? I think basically friends with benefit relationship has no strings attached, so you guys don't engage in a very deep conversation. I don't know, I might be wrong. I've never had a friends with benefit before, but yeah, basically I think if a guy likes you, it's quite obvious. They care about all sorts of problems that you have in your life. They don't just want to sleep with you. They dive into very deep things with you. They try to ask you out, hang out, I guess. I don't know, I've never had a friends with benefit before, but this is how I would interpret it. Okay, yeah, I would say if it's a friends with benefit, it's really like, you know, once the deed is done, then you guys just separate ways and then you come together again to do the deed, and that's it. It's like a very straightforward transactional kind of relationship. So yeah, I mean, if I'm wrong, you can correct me in the comment section down below. Okay, next question: how to deal with friends growing apart because of different phases in life? I think firstly, you have to really have this mindset that not everybody's gonna be in your life forever. Okay, it is a very harsh reality of life, but sometimes, you know, people are just meant to be there for a couple of chapters, for example, and then after that they move on and you move on. And the thing is, you know, just be thankful for the good memories that you guys have. No point, you know, keeping each other in each other's life is if it's like not serving the both of you any more purposes. I know that it can be sad, but if you ever want to like really keep this friend close, then just make the effort, you know, ask your friends out, you know, keep in touch. Because nowadays everybody's like so busy with their own things, like especially in the adult world, it's just so much harder to keep in touch with friends, hang out with friends, make plans with friends anymore. So it really boils down to how much effort you and your friends are making to, you know, keep in touch. To me, I feel that you should never ever really like be too dependent on your friends. Like, yes, friends are very important, but you never know. Like I said, the only person that will never ever leave you is yourself. So I feel that you should always emotionally just depend on yourself as much as possible. Okay, next question: so when do you know to give up on a long-term relationship? No one cheated, but spark, it's not there. I feel like there are a few reasons you can look at. Firstly is, let's say if, you know, you guys have a problem and you just cannot work through it anymore. Secondly is like no one is happy in the relationship anymore. And thirdly is when, you know, I feel that it's okay to disagree on things, but it's really not okay to disrespect. I demand a lot of respect from my partner in a relationship, so once disrespect happens, it can spark a very big reaction out of me. So yeah, I really think that, you know, no matter what, even in friendships, you should, you know, you should always still respect each other. So yeah, I think these are like a few reasons. If let's say like, you know, the boxes are like all checked, then I would probably think that, you know, that's maybe the end of the relationship. Yeah. Okay, next question. Are some women unable to have orgasms? Okay, so recently I talked about this period app called Flow, FLO. This is not an ad. I know it sounds like those. Oh, thanks so much for sponsoring my YouTube video. No, okay, this is just an app that I've discovered myself because I do experience with, you know, irregular periods from time to time, but my delay is very minor. It's like 1 to 2 weeks. But the thing is, it's because my stress level is very high all the time, so it really fucks up my hormones. So I found this app, and the reason why this app is so different from other apps is because every single day you get to lock in your symptoms, whether you want to or not, because every single day your body changes a little bit throughout the entire cycle. If you don't know, basically, for example, the smell of the discharge might be different, the type of discharge. They cover like 6 different types of discharge. I know, right? Some people don't even know there are this many types of discharge probably. They also cover like, you know, how to identify when you are ovulating, you know, or there are articles about like keeping your genitals clean. It's very informational and just not, it makes me feel very comfortable and fun learning more about my body. So I really highly suggest that. So recently there's been an article, okay, back to the main point. So recently there's been an article about orgasms. Okay, they do cover that as well. They also cover masturbation, by the way. Don't eat, okay? Anyway, to answer that question, more specifically, do you know that only about 17%, I forgot the exact percentage, I think it's around there, it's less than 20% of the women in the entire world can reach orgasm with penetration. So yeah, to answer your question, most women, in fact majority of the women in the entire world cannot reach orgasm with just penetration alone. There needs to be like a mixture or some sort of like extra stimulation. Yeah. Okay guys, this is gonna be the last question because I don't want this video to be too long, but honestly I have so many other questions that I can probably cover 2 more videos. I don't know, let me know if you're still keen in this topic in the comment section down below. That's gonna matter a lot whether I continue to cover the rest of the questions submitted. Okay, so the last question that I really want to cover is here, this one. Have you ever gotten a UTI and how do you prevent them? I have chronic ones after sex with my boyfriend. Firstly, can you please tell your boyfriend to really check himself out because it's really not nice to get a UTI after sex, okay? Okay, firstly, the #1 rule after sex is to urinate right away, just to get rid of, you know, whatever bacteria that can be, you know, passed into your body from your partner. Very, very important to urinate, okay? #1 rule. Okay, so I want to use this question as a topic on UTI specifically because I don't usually get UTI. I get it like maybe, I don't know, once every 3 years, 2 years. I have some girlfriends who get it quite often, like they're more prone to it. There are a few reasons why you can get UTI, okay? Please don't like ew at this topic because it is a very common situation. Okay, firstly, if let's say you always wear tight bottoms or underwears. Personally, I always wear thongs or G-strings and tight like skinny jeans. So that is actually one of the few factors as to how a girl can get UTI. Secondly, if let's say, you know, sometimes when you go to a public toilet and then like some people I know you hover around, but I don't know about you, but my mom taught me since young, like, you know, when the public toilet flushes, you have to stand up, you cannot let the water, you know, accidentally touch you whatsoever because there's so much bacteria. So I, like, you know, there was like, obviously there's gonna be accidents. Sometimes the toilet flushes and it's too late and touches me and I'm just like, you know, even like if it's just like brushing across like my thigh, I'm just like, I'm so getting UTI. Okay, that's a bit overreacting. So yeah, I feel like that could be one possible cause of UTI, to be honest. And then the third reason would be, you know, from your sexual partners. Yeah, so always make sure to urinate right after, and also please just, as a guy, please make sure you're clean, okay? And do you know how freaking terrible suffering from UTI can be? Okay, so if you don't know what is UTI, let me give you a little bit of a background info, okay? I mean, if you're a teenager watching this, I don't know, if you're an adult, I know some of you are very lucky and never got a UTI before, but UTI is basically urinary tract infection, and it's a very common problem. I remember when I first got it, I was only like, what, 10, okay? And it's not because of sex. It doesn't always have to be because of sex. UTI, causes of UTI, it's due to a lot of factors. It's basically like too much bacteria up on your urinary tract, okay? How does it feel like, or how do you know if you're suffering from a urinary tract infection? Is firstly, you have an increased urge of peeing. I feel like that is the first initial stage. Like, you realize that you can't really empty your bladder fully. You feel like you always have some more to go. I think that is number one sign to look out for. That is the very initial stage, and then after it will move on to, like, you know, when you're passing urine, there can be a little bit of pain. I don't know, it's a mixture of burning sensation, age, it's just a lot. I feel like there's a lot of friction going on when you are passing your urine. I don't know, but yeah, that is basically the second stage, and then eventually the worst stage will be like when you start to pass out a little bit of blood. Yeah, okay, so yes, it can become super uncomfortable, and even like from the moment you just only got it, you can already feel very uncomfortable because of the bladder spasms that leads to, you know, you wanting to visit the toilet very often, and it's very hard for you to determine when it's the end of your urinating process, because you're like, okay, I feel like that's more, I feel like that's more, and then eventually a toilet trip can end up to be 30 minutes long, and throughout this process, actually your body is very stressed. You are also very stressed out because it's a very uncomfortable process basically, and you can a lot of times end up with a fever. Okay, so yeah, I have recently suffered from UTI, and I managed to kind of like recover within 24 hours because I discovered it fast, and very quickly I, you know, got out of it, and I was just so happy. Okay, so what I did was, firstly, I obviously I got the cranberry juice thingy. It really helps a lot if you spam it. Secondly is to, you know, make sure you have a lot of hot water around you, and I meant like I'm talking about like 70 to 80 degrees Celsius kind of hot water. You know why? Because if you have a hot water bag or even a hot cup of water, that works as well. You can just put it on top of like where your bladder is, and that can actually ease the spasm. So that would mean that you can kind of like really properly lie down and rest and stop visiting the restroom so often, because if you keep getting up to go to the toilet, it's very like really stressful, because you just want to lie down and rest sometimes, but you keep feeling the urge to pee. Okay, so yeah, so what you need is cranberry juice, secondly is that hot water thing, and then keep drinking hot water obviously, because if you flush out the bacteria quickly, you won't go to the next stage. Okay, it won't become more serious. You can actually recover within 24 hours. I didn't know I could recover within 24 hours too, until like I use all these methods. Okay, and then thirdly, what I did was I consumed probiotics in a sachet. There are different types of I think probiotics can exist in many different types of forms, so just get one that you prefer the most. And I think probiotics is very important it kind of like, you know, regulate the kind of bacteria in your gut, in your entire system basically. Okay, so three things as of now. Basically you have to do your cranberry juice. Just drink a lot of cranberry juice, even like on a regular basis. Just do it, because it's proven to help with UTI. Secondly is the hot water thing on your bladder. Okay, just put it on top of your wound. It will really ease the spasm by so much that you can finally rest, and when you rest, you recover faster. Okay, your body needs to rest. And thirdly is to really hydrate a lot, and of course do the probiotics thing. Yeah, What else did I do? Yeah, basically I just did these 3 things. Oh yes, lastly, I remember there was like 4 points. Lastly is to invest in a cooling pad. Okay, so you know some sanitary pads nowadays in the market come with a cooling sensation. Okay, even though during UTI you're actually non-menstruating, but the thing is, by putting on a pad and resting with one would be good, because if you feel like you have some urge to pee and you know that it's a very tiny amount, you can actually pee into the pad instead, so that you can still do it, you know, at the comfort of your bed. And secondly, the cooling sensation. It's very important to get a cooling sensation one, because the cooling sensation is going to make you feel so much better. It's going to ease the pain and like just calm the urge to pee, and plus that hot water on top of your wound. Woo! You're gonna feel so good. You're gonna feel so much difference in just, I don't know, 1 night's rest. Okay, so yeah, that is just my 2 cents worth on UTI. Really hope that it was useful. Yeah, I don't know how long this video has been, but if you've been all the way to this point, thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this TMI tag part 4. I would like to call it a heart-to-heart chat actually, but it can get a bit more TMI sometimes. So yeah, I hope to see you soon. Oh yes, grab bags. Oh yes, giveaway is still happening. You know the 3 rules. Firstly, make sure you're subscribed to me. Secondly, turn on post notifications so that each time when I upload a new video, you are updated. And also lastly, just leave me any comments down below. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. Let me know what else you want me to answer. Let me know if you want a part 2 and a part 3 to this series. And yeah, that way you're automatically entered, and I will pick a winner by the end of 1 week in the comment section down below, so make sure to keep a lookout. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it, share it, yeah, whatever. Okay, so yes, I will see you next week. Thank you so much for tuning in. It feels good to be back. Can't wait to see you next week. Bye bye. Take care.